Alrighty. Let's get started. Okay, so got 17 days of supplies. Renown is okay. Then we got the map. So we're probably gonna need more supplies. But first, I guess we gotta go to the house. Sure enough, dreads are gathering in number. Fear threatens to bubble over into panic. How long do we need to keep this up, you ask? Ivor shakes his head unknowingly. That's a bad sign. Turn order. Units move in order you place them from left to right. This initiative order is very important when setting up strategies. For example, put archers after melee units so that they can stay safe behind your heavy hitters. Select units with the D-pad and X to rearrange their number order. No, I can only do, Huh. Okay, well. Let's bracelet, lovingly made by the hunter's wife to keep her daughter safe from harm. So we will do... Let's keep her safe from harm, since she probably will need it. Not saying it's because she's a girl, but she's a redhead and I want to keep her safe. I guess ready for battle. Ready as we're ever going to be, I guess. I'm horrible at strategy games, so... Or tactics games, whatever you want to call them. So we'll see how well this will go. Probably not so good. Yikes. Alrighty. Nice. Alright. Alright. Now I think we're... I guess as ready as we're ever going to be. The one with the shield looks like trouble. Let me handle him. Dang it. Why are these other guys always outside my range? Let me guess. She can't attack either. Nope. Still can't do that either. Battering ram. Knock your target back through multiple tiles, doing armor break damage. Let's knock him the hell out. No, still can't. Stone wall. Block all damage strength for 1 round. Nah. Actually, let's do that. What does that do? Does armor break damage. All allies within range can attack the marked target. That works with me. Why can't I do it? Oh, do I gotta select him? Okay. Nice. So, if I move there... You mean to tell me I can't get him yet? That sucks. Let's attack. I don't wanna attack him. I wanna attack the other guy. There we go. Okay. Hit him. What's everybody's life looking at? Okay, so not too bad. Still can't believe I can't do that, though. Hit all units between the archer and the target doing bonus. Oh, okay, that's not all that great. But can I move? And then do this? Yes, I can. Totally blown away that I actually did that. Whew. Difficulty. Combat can be unforgiving. Don't hesitate to change the difficulty of battle if it leaves you frustrated, or you find yourself needing a tougher challenge. Use the options menu to change the difficulty. Don't worry, you can change the difficulty at any time, and it has no effect on the story or the choices you make. Well, I didn't even... Did I even pick one when I actually started this game? Because, again, I'm pathetic when it comes to this stuff. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivar, glancing over at his shoulder. We're going back. Then adds Rook. I'm doing one more check of the houses around here. See if you can find anyone. As you turn your head back, a colossus appears around the side of a house. It silently looms over Alette. Something like that. Its face an expressionless stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it may have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. I am going to shoot it with an arrow. As though the second nature, you knock your arrow. Alette is standing directly between you and the dredge, making one shot perilous at best. If you're off by a few inches, stop thinking, shoot the dredge. Shout to get her attention instead. Fire safely above the dredge and distract it. You let go. A second passes like an eternity. An arrow bounces off the dredge's face, inches away from what you think is an eye. It recoils, then turns upon Alette again. Egil rushes to her side. Ever throws himself between them, catching the mace on his shield, and returns the favor, crushing the dredge's head with his shield point. When the dust settles, you can see everyone is alright. Let's get out of here, says Ivar. As he goes to check the last few houses nearby. Rook, see if you can find any more near survivors, and meet me in the front of the hall. Difficulty. Have it on normal. Less challenging here does not suffer injuries. There we go. Market supplies. Wood hook. One renown gets 3. $38 days worth? Yes. Items. An enormous fishing hut, thought to be from legend, in which Jarl, king of Screamer, pulled a whale from the Silverstone. Heavy when soaked with blood and sweat, but a little bit padded. Can be the difference between life and death. +1 for arm. Apparently, I might need to go to the, Steam controller, because this Xbox controller's being weird. I guess it's maybe finally time to get an Xbox One controller. Yep. Every time I go right. Doesn't do it with left. Just right. A heavy pommel adds a little weight to your weapon when you want some extra heft in your swing. When an army of weaponless Varl were ambushed by a frozen lake, God Merrick was said to have provided... See, I don't... How do I know 1 renown gets 3? So... Okay, so if 1 renown gets 3, so... per kill, knockback on strength, and then I don't know what BRK is. Break? A heavy pommel adds little weight to your weapon when you want some extra heft to your swing. Knockback strength. For 6 renown. Sure. And I don't know what this does really, but it's 4. And then screw it. You know, why not? So, how do we then get to the characters? Your items are shown at the bottom of the roster. Why do we equip them? Items can only be equipped by characters of equal rank. Promote. Oh, okay. Wish I would have known that. Oh, dang it. I did not know about this crap. I guess you always learn the hard way. You find anyone? A few. Sent them inside. Gods, this is bad. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about Dredge. This will be the time to start talking. I tell you, they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we wiped them out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the menders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. To the Great Hall! Rook! Thank the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din. Filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you? Pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight. What would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done, Rook. I trust Ivor on this. It's not my decision I care to make. I think we can hold out. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagine us fighting back and saving the town. But, nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If dredges are coming down from the north, Frostiver, to the west. It's close, and it has walls. I intend to be free of Saga in one push. Nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction. Then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostviller. That sounds like suicide, Ivor. Let's do as the chieftain says. Ivor's right. I'll help with the distraction. What if we set the town on fire as we left? Do we abandon the storehouse? I like this one. That is one thing I will not do. We will return here one day, whether I live to see it or not. Then let's do as you said and go immediately. Allow Ivor to create the distraction. Are we abandoning the storehouse? Half the town is going to die like this. That's why I want you to lead, Ivor. I know you can get us out of here, Chisui. I'll do what I can. Then I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin, but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. When you're ready, we'll make our move. You step into the town courtyard, where you can already see dredge in every direction. Go, utters Ivor, and you stand guard as townspeople begin filing out of the hall. The dredge do not descend upon you, though some watch curiously. Suddenly you hear a shriek from further up the caravan. A grunt has thrown himself upon the cart of chickens, tearing at it with bare hands. Men draw axes, the dredge respond in kind. Run! Roars Ivor. Terror sweeps over the caravan like a pox. You suddenly find yourself surrounded by black figures and panicked townspeople in equal measure. Rook, get ready, Ivor shouts. Ugh. Guess we're going to be as ready as we ever. 8, 10, 7, 7, 8, 7, 10, 9. Ugh. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. And overall, besides... Let's put him back here. Put him up here. Let's put her right here. All right. Dang, why does he get that many turns? Blocks damage. Strength arm from around here. Right, yeah. Have at me, brother. Rain of arrows. Target a towel and stun an enemy who steps in it with rain of arrows. So if I move forward... Really? Ugh. Dang, why does this guy get all these freaking rounds? Die. In the chaos that follows, you notice, out of the corner of your eyes, some of the town's guards struggling desperately with dreads and what might be a chieftain among them. To your left, Ivor is laying into a large colossus. Behind him, an elderly man scrambles to his feet. Past that, it's clear that most of the townspeople are scattering. If nobody steps in, they could be picked off one by one. Help the fighters. Try to keep everyone together. Try to help keep everyone together. Got it. You shout barking orders as you pass people. The guards will have to fend for themselves, or there won't be anyone left to protect. Miraculously, you find yourself clear of the fighting. Ivor emerges from the trees, bloodied but breathing. You swear you almost see a grin on his face. Adilif is not so lucky. She struggles to bear the body of the chieftain in her arms, her face blank. No guards join her. You gather her to the caravan and cover the body with a cloth. The chieftain's death hits you like a punch to the gut. Only if Ivor's instance does the caravan continue on the Frostra. It lets clams clasp tightly around your own. Really? Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past point of safety. They're spaced out so far, you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. Call an early stop for the day. Slow the pace so everyone can catch up. Keep a steady pace. Rally the caravan with a speech. You make your way to the rear of the hoist, a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it, and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and will follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Morale declined. What is this? Morale? Clansmen. I'm really liking this game. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the Godstone of Hydrielvoda. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there was dredge. Probably shouldn't be looking for me for advice. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? What do we do if we run into more dredge? But you're the dredge killer around here. Yeah, Varl. They want to listen to someone who looks like them. What about Oddleaf? Let her, if that's easier for you. What if we run into more dredge? What am I supposed to do anyway? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright. God's Rook, I don't know. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. I'm worried about Alette mostly. What if we run into more yeah. Keep her close. You do care, I can tell. Men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge, as far as I can tell. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly. The sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Hardvardagar looking at the same direction as you. Inspect the zone. The Weatherstone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Haridvadar was the god of hunters and wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams? Eventually, the camp is broken down and it's time to move on to a Phosphorella. It feels like an end more than a start. How do I... The caravan... Dang, I didn't realize I'd be traveling this long. Supplies... The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. Thank you! An inherent fear of strangers mutters from the caravan. Allow the men to join you. What are you doing out here alone? Refuse the men and make sure they don't follow. We are hunting here for food. When the dredge found our village, says the man. When returned, he looks away, unable to finish. Allow the men to join. It's going to ruin my morale, but you know what? Something's got to be done. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join the ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Not that much, though. During the rest, one of the men get too drunk and end up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts, many thrown fists and broken bone later. The investigator... Gosh dang these names! Raffenstavar is tossed on the ground at your feet. Angry clansman looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is look more than drooling mumbles. Coerce a public apology from him. Tie him up until he dries out. Laugh off the scuffle. Encourage the others to let the... tie him up until he dries out. You grab your rope from the supplies and make short work of the sot. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away and laugh, at least content with some measure has been taken. Okay, so I'm... See, I don't know how this works. Like... The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostville. The beds are fresh, the supplies, and locals are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Thank you. Let's go to heroes first, since we got some renown now, and we can actually upgrade our characters. You can't do anything? You can. Yay! Interesting. I definitely want more armor, probably. What is this, anyway? Does that mean... I don't know. I just want more of this. Want more of that stuff. Alright. So what do we got as far as 2 is concerned? He's a 2. He does not have anything. You need a 3 for that one. Ooh, dodge strength. I like that one. Since he's, you know, is what he is. I don't know what this will do, so I'm curious. And she'll get this for right now. He's the only one that doesn't got anything, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, market. Definitely need to get a crap ton of stuff. We don't need any of this crap because I can't afford it. One renown gets 3. Renown, I got 20. I don't know, it seems to be kind of pointless for me to buy this stuff. Small stone with curious carving that conjures images of Furious, because... Oh, okay, they're level 3, so no. I'm looking at the price I'm supposed to pay as that's what level I need to be for the characters. So I'm getting a little confused. An early king of men was known to have a ring that he would turn compulsively on his finger before rushing back. That's +2 to aggro. That's +2 to strength. That would be really good for the big guy. The ring that seems to absorb light around it. Costs 6. Dang. What the heck. And then we'll be done there. Let's rest. Oh, whoops. Let's go to market. No more of that. Map. I completely forget where we're going. Alright, I think we're as good as we're going to get. Let's talk to this dude. How's the arm, Eagle? You find Eagle just outside the camp, practicing his sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh yeah. I'm great. Not great. Considering everything, I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now. But if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I want to let you know that I meant what I said before about making sure nothing happens to Alette. I've never seen a shield like that before. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. You're protective of Alette, huh? I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. Well, I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. I get it. Redhead. Don't worry. She can take care of herself, too. I know. I didn't mean... Easy, Gil. I know what you meant. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. But I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time getting used to lifting it. He raises it up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing of my father's I have left. Then when my mother died, she gave it to me before she died. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't have much else to do. And how many people get to train with a Varl? Just seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need something, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay, I can tell. Man, I wish I had more food. Anything I can do now is leave. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan. A paid fool. No, that's not Hogan. He's like, I'm brother. Says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogun. Hogan and Mogun. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostvale. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True, you can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Saga. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what happened to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Let your people decide on their own. I don't want anything to do with this. Say nothing. Dredge my ass! I don't know what scam is this time, Hogan, but you got two choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogun, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogun draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Sell this yourselves. Don't get involved. I won't kill men for defending their homes. Side with the villagers. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. Side with the brothers. Dang right! Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate. You pull your axe. You notice Alette is nowhere to be seen. Dang it, Alette! Alright, this stupid controller's starting to get on my nerves. No, she's Zooey. Give me a break. That actually doesn't look too bad. Ouch. Oh well. Now, hold on a second. Who's got the... Let's get him out of there. Oh, he's got... Oh, did he? No, it's just... Dang. Not quite. Hey, I was Ronnie ready for promotion, so is Rook. The brothers thank you with a wide grin. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. No! You can scan around anxiously for Alette, who has gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife. And soon you set out again. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Odalef approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Aleph has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since you left Saga. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out later. It looks that way. I guess I'll have to find out later. I like that I don't know. Oh, then that means you're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Odalef has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skagar throughout the years, just as it is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of the banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask, they would have killed others. I'm more worried about why you disappeared. I had to make a hard choice. Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person, please. Are you mad at me? No, it's okay. You might have to someday. I'm glad you don't want to. Colette smiles at this. Then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to. But do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skulker is your burden now. Oh, yay. Is there a market? Training, heroes. Nope. It's just this. I wonder what training does. Never got around to doing that. Remember... Higher stats, increase your item rank. I don't know what that does, but, you know, we're going to find out. Rank 1, rank 2. Do we got any rank 2 stuff that we can use? No. Move. The brothers are basically the same, so it's kind of pointless. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? I never cared for that expression. It means you're going to be okay. People will look up to you. Yeah. That's not being strong, that's just being. Oh, she's got a point. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does it feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In many years, you've known the chieftain's wife. This is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you. Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Why me? Your family. You should carry it. What would you have done? Huh? That's what I've been thinking about so much. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. I would vouch for you. You're probably right. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. I'll do my best. I rely on you. Oh. I'll be there when I can. Just don't expect any miracles. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. Training. What does training do? Oh, it's this. So it probably does do. Let me look this up. I don't want to do it if it doesn't do anything. If it like can help upgrade my characters and stuff like that, then I would do it. Alrighty. The banner Saga. Any benefit to training? The training tent is a building accessed when your caravan is in camp. The main function of training is to play sparring battles so as to be better prepared for real battles to come, as well as gain kills for promotions. Oh, okay. In the second part of the Banner Saga, 2 more functions were added to the training tent. Complete training scenarios, turn renown, da. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's do that then. Okay, this is interesting. Training tent. The training tent allows you to test your party against a team of clansmen of equal power. Training fights never injure your allies or grant renown, but they do let you test strategies and safety. The trainer will give you hints about playing effectively and has something to say about each ability. Come here to test out new characters as they join you. To end training, click End Training or press Escape and select End Training option. Okay. I guess. Don't waste time leaving scratches. When in doubt, break their armor. Or instantly kill this person. Why did I move up? Dummy. Well, this isn't going to, it's going to put a dent in him. Ow. Don't focus on one at a time. Whittle them all down. Nope. I want that guy. bastard. Nope. Okay. Bye-bye. You gotta be kidding me. Hello. Let's really get this guy down. Nice. So then... Oh, I gotta move over one more. Really? I have never played that game. So I guess we'll do this, bring that down, and kill him. And it won't let me. Okay. So we'll end the turn. Mining formation of Force United is hard to withstand. So we will just attack this mofo. And bye-bye. Maybe. Not quite. Now you're dead. Yay. I guess we'll get the heck out of here. Just the battle mode. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak to you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Wish the fighters well. See them off with extra supplies. Remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive out there on your own? Tell them they're needed here. I like freedom. You thank the men for coming to you, but raise your voice for everyone to hear. We all make decisions for ourselves and our families. We're all free to do what we must. Agreement echoes through the caravan as a small group of men take their leave. Complaints of... Dang these names. Complaints of ravenservators excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled some snag canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Ravenstavar's leg before leading him to you. Punish him physically, ban him from camping near others in the future. The man drinks nothing but water from now on. I do want to do number 3, but I would like to do number 3 and number 1. Yeah, I guess. Ravenstavar. God dang these names, I hate them. Groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Ravenstavar manages to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. Dredge. Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. Jeez, Zoe, stop putting that name up there. The unabashed drunk staggering toward you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings and furious men surrounded. Oh man, this dude. Banish the drunkard from the caravan, let your clansmen deliver justice. Ready yourself against Dredge just in case. Well, there's a part of me that just says ready. I'd say just in case, but I would like to let my clansmen do. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed, of course, by the scare and the delay. Eventually, bursts into laughter, and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, goes missing. Nobody searches for him. Or seems to mind. I'm okay with that.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
It's got to be like the strongest wind to pull that flag like that. That's a big ass flag. I guess it's a banner. You jostle through the follow crowds of sunken faces. You appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside and open like this. Odila finds you amongst many refugees. Thanks for the follow. Rook, I've just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being let into the city. Why? It's overrun by Varl and Blotspoker. As far as I know, it's a completely fantasy thing. I could be wrong, though. Greyhorn people from Britra. All the nearby villages, the Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftains of Frostvellir have locked themselves in the Great Hall. That's when they close the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. We're getting in the walls somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in there. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go? I don't know what to do. I'm getting in there somehow. I didn't go all this way. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I was going to break it. Just push really hard. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. Here we go. Sit. Nope. Map. Yeah, so it's a completely unique world. All right, market. Get more supplies. I could use some more. A medallion worn around the neck. Some of Varro will remind themselves of worth warriors. Yeah, we could do this one. Let's get that one. And then go to my heroes. Because he needs something. And something that will draw people to him with the +1 aggro will be good. Because he's a big mofo. Let's do that. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain has just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Alette. We could help them. Eagle pulls you aside. I fall to the outside of the city. Blah, blah, blah. I fall out the outside of the city walls, he says. And there's a water passage we could squeeze through. I think not the whole caravan, but a handful of us can get in. We might open the gates from the inside. The rest of the house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and the wounded, and noise. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Check out the water passages, tend to the wounded, settle in for the long haul, rest for a day, leave and try something else. I'd say water passage. I'm not fitting through there, says Ivor. When you arrive at the narrow ducts, go without me. It looks like it'll get you on top of the walls and then down to the gate where you can open it. Wait for us at the gate, Ivor. We'll be quick. I have a bad feeling about this. Let's go back. Nah, we're gonna keep on going. When Egil said water, you should have guessed runoff. Still, you managed to squeeze your way through tight stonework and force your way past an iron gate. You take stairs to the top of the walls. As you approach the gates, armed men take notice. They don't ask questions. Since we're not going to have the giant dude. I need to change controllers. That's annoying. Oops, wrong one. Alrighty. What? I'm surrounded. Kinds of craps. Oh no, I'm just the other way. Alright, see ya. And thanks again for the follow. Want to move her back here. Actually, move her right there. Eight, so all right. I think we're ready then. Ugh. Yikes. You weren't supposed to do that. But what we will do is continue to hit your armor. Ow. Crap. I wasn't even thinking. He's taken care of, so... Alright. And my turn. Oh, you're gonna trap me. Alright. No. Does armor break all damage allies within range? Yay. What in the depths are you doing? Letting ourselves in. I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just let in here, dead. All those women and children with you, dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Skal. What are you talking about? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters and the Var outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Ekio. I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We were hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard the dredge were coming, anyone who wouldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story anyway. At least 3 clans were here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor, and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Grand Hall. You fight for me and to take back Frostfire? I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine. Cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. We'll join you for now. We'll fend for ourselves inside Frostvale. We're not staying here. Let us out. Good, because whatever else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Ecker shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down the obscure alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Hakan, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up. Just now realize that Mogger has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone's been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakan? I heard you. What were you saying? Sorry, just tired. Go on. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor. Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. They're right, Ludin. Return to Strand. Go home. Ludin makes his own decisions. Wagner's dead. There's no reason to stay. We would only be made to do this again later. And I would not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering roads, not an option with this many. I could crush the boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you will have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Khan? Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Tell them we cover the mountainside in dredge bodies. Tell them we don't stop until Sklid is retaken. I like the second one. Good. Give the word and we'll set off. I'd ask how you're dealing with Wagner's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Mogger. Which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? You think we're walking into a death trap? Let's get back to it. We're together as many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I've got it under control. The fighters are just from Strand. Aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner. Those are the ones you want to worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me. I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but that's something I don't like about him. But there's something I don't like about him. There we go. Hey. Jeez, Zoe. I am horrible at reading out loud. I'm getting better, but still horrible. His girl in red is scary, too. Yarsa. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've ever heard some of the Varl call her the witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense, which... They're not scholars, Hakan. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in a command? More than I am. Any more rope, and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget. You weren't around back then. At one point, I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. What do you think we're talking... You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself. And that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Wagner to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. It just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although, I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Wagner? I'd rather not say, Hakan. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. If you say so, keep it to yourself. Sounds important. Tell me. How did Wagner die? He ran into Dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? He probably didn't, but... Damn it. We should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. What do you ask? Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mauger has got some skills there. Most I can do is hold a quill. What are you always putting down in that journal? I heard you were a terror in your day. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Get some rest. Always more marching to do. What do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Aberang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes. The Menders wove up something that writes in its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. Ha! You relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. You consider what to say next. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofheim, collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumer is close, I think, but the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, although... Scrivener gestures around him as if remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just delivery baron for Jodnar's now. Jodnar now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence. Don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakan. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! You consider what to say. Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. And I think that is where we are going to call it. Alrighty. Last save. 22:05, day 13. Yeah. Yep, we'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and yay, I got a new follower, so that's awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching, whoever did. Bye.